Father Michael Silloway is the chaplain of St. Pius X Catholic High School in Atlanta. And while he isn't as busy this time of year, he has been pretty busy since January, riding a bike in preparation of a 100-mile ride.
I came out here and I did 6 miles out and 6 miles back, and it just about ruined me. I thought, okay, I don't know if I'm gonna make this. But just keep doing that. Almost every weekend, anytime you get the opportunity, you just keep going. You just keep going. But it's that slow progression of just saying, I'm just gonna push myself a little further next week, push myself a little further next week. And before you know it, you get to the point, hopefully, where you're nailing a century.
His motivation? His dad, who after being diagnosed with cancer in 2003, has participated and completed multiple century rides.
All the time in his treatments, when he would be preparing for these century rides over the summer, I was in seminary and I wasn't able to ride with him. And I was hearing about it from a distance and reading his blog posts and seeing the pictures my mom would take. And one time I got to watch him cross the finish line in one of his century rides. And watching my dad cross that finish line, knowing that he had pounded it out, it's just, I don't know if I have words for it, about how exciting, how joyful it does something on the level of the heart to see your dad accomplish some things in the midst of cancer treatments nonetheless. And from that point, I always wanted to join him and let this be something that we did together as father-son, kind of as our own kind of together battle against cancer.
Training and taking part in such a long ride is not something to take lightly, his father warned, but it was something Father Michael put his mind to. But was it easier or harder than he thought?
It's been easier in the sense that you just get on the bike and you just keep going. And I found endurance is something I guess I'm decent at. I'm not the model of cycling physicality, but you just get on the bike and you just keep going. As long as you stay hydrated and take rests every once in a while, it's not so bad. But it has been harder in the sense that when you've been on the bike for 6 hours, and we go slow. When you've been on the bike for 6 hours, you just want to get off and just walk away from it. Even though there's more strength in your legs, you got more capacity and cardio, but it's just, you just want to get off the bike. So it's like, that's where I guess the kind of the mental part of the endurance is going to kick in, which I'm still working on.
While the elder Silloway has raised money for different cancer organizations for his other rides, this time the father-son combo decided to raise money for Our Lady of Perpetual Help Cancer Home in downtown Atlanta.
For both of us, it's really something that goes beyond yourself. That it's not just for you, it's for a greater cause. So when I was thinking about options of who we could fundraise for, the cancer home just hit me like a ton of bricks. And so going down there and celebrating Mass with those sisters early in the morning and visiting the patients, I was like, this is it. We can keep the cancer theme that my dad's had going for the past couple of years, but we can do something that the money's not going off to like some large cancer corporation. It's immediately going to help these patients right here. We know their names, and we know the sisters who are taking care of them. They themselves will never solicit for money. It's on their website. It's kind of in the charter of the Hawthorne Dominicans that they trust that God's going to provide through the generosity of others. But they've been going strong for a number of years, just completely relying on people being inspired to give them money to support their mission.
While Father Michael thought he would just get a handful of people willing to donate, he says the responses have been more than he imagined, and the donations he has received for his training rides gives him extra motivation.
I do think about that as I'm getting tired out there on the road, just thinking every mile is another couple bucks for the sisters.
The donations to the cancer home are an important part of this huge endeavor, but Father Michael knows that he wouldn't be doing it without the strength he's seen from his dad.
Just watching what my dad's gone through, the training that he put himself through for a greater cause than himself, it really showed me an avenue into my dad's heart that I don't really get to see all that often. And most men aren't too ooey-gooey with their emotions, but it was very inspirational to see what my dad was doing to do his part. And so I don't get to spend a whole lot of time with my dad, and doing these training rides and doing the century event, it's probably going to be the most time I've spent with my dad, like one-on-one, talking about all kinds of good stuff. You get a lot of time to think and talk when you're out there riding. So it's good father-son time too.
They even decided to come up with a team name, and it practically wrote itself.
We're the Pedaling Padres, the OLPH Pedaling Padres. And because Padres, I'm a father and my dad's a father, and so we're the Pedaling Padres. See what we did there. And on the back is this beautiful icon of Our Lady of Perpetual Help. So hopefully it'll be a conversation starter with people along the ride, and we can tell them what we're doing it for.